Hello everyone, True Blade Base here, welcome back to Mega Man X2. Last time, we infiltrated the X-Hunters base up at the North Pole and took out the 3 X-Hunters, Violent, Surges, and Agile, who... Violent and Surges at least put up good fights, but Agile, not so much. But, there's someone else behind the scenes going with this though, so we're not done yet, so we can actually go back into the X-Hunter stage though, and this is gonna be... And... Yeah, we're back to that music from that we heard in the first part of things over here. So we're climbing up over here. This looks a bit familiar. Also, this looks familiar as well. These little portals, these little capsules here, though, with multiple capsules. It's a room with multiple capsules. I wonder what this is. If you played a Mega Man game of any kind, even the classic series, you know what's coming. It's the boss rush. And like the first game though, now we're in the rematches though. Now I will be using the Maverick weaknesses though, since I did the Buster only strategies for them the first time though. So, by the way, even when he's spinning around that way though on the floor like that though, even the speed burner doesn't actually hurt him though. But once he stops spinning though, it'll be good from there though. But as per usual though, with Morph Moth, once he gets down below enough health though, he basically will transform to the Moth form. And that's it. Again, like much easier with weaknesses as is traditional Mega Man. But yeah, like I said, like I did with Mega Man X, for the rematches, I am going to be using weaknesses since I've already shown what their attack strategies are. If you let them actually get their attack strategies off with that though, it's like I feel like it's again I do that because I feel like it's a more complete way of showing the bosses. Although this one I might want to do the Buster only one still though because well I'll demonstrate later on though because Wheelgator is the most annoying one out of the bunch with the weakness though. His weakness is the strike chain. And that's not why he's the annoying one though. Why he's the annoying one is that for starters, is that he can dip back below the water there. He just dipped back the water instantly though. But when you hit him with the strike chain though, he will dip back below immediately and go back to the spin wheel move. Come on. This might be one I might go ahead and fast forward this fight actually though if it starts dragging on too long though. Oh my gosh, I got 3 on the door. I was about to say beforehand though that before I actually managed to get that off though, it is possible to hit him more than once with the strike chain, but the window for it is really tight. The window for it is really tight. So if you're good at timing it though, you can get a good number of hits on him before he dips back down. But if you're not good at that though, just hitting him the one time though. Oh, come on. Again, if you're not good with that though, this fight does drag on a ways though. But like I said, I don't know if it is possible because the most I've ever gotten on landing the strike chain on him is 3. Oh, as soon as I say it, I got the 4th one. I was just saying, So I guess in theory it's possible to combo him with that though, but again the window gets really tight, so to landing it though. But that's a first for me. The fact that I managed to land 4 of them on him at once though, because usually I can max out at 3, like 3 hits per round of that. But now we've got Overdrive Ostrich here. This over here, he's gonna be weak to the Crystal Hunter. So as soon as this goes away, I'll be able to switch over there. And his reset pattern is he'll freeze and then he'll fire the Sonic Slicers. The charge version. I'm also going to try to see if I can get him to... Oh, he didn't. I think he was about to do his jump Sonic Slicer move again. Yeah, there we go. I wanted to show that as well because like when he's like... At certain points though, when he's got the invincibility frames, he is invincible to the Crystal Hunter as well though. Like when he's doing the jump, look when he's... So he is going to get that move off. But like before though, like other Mavericks though, with weaknesses though, uses weakness though, you can get him into a pattern. And so one more, and you're done. Again, these boss fights go much faster if you use the weakness though, and again, if I was using weaknesses, I would have definitely done the bosses in a different order. But again, at least for these games, at least for the earlier games, I like doing that though. Some of the later ones, admittedly, I'm not good enough at some of those boss fights to show Buster only runs of those though. But for these two games, this particular, I tend to as well. Wire Sponge. So we're gonna be going for Sonic Slicer here. So as soon as I can go for that though, Sonic Slicer is his weakness though, and it'll knock him out of his moves and do the most damage though. By the way, yeah, those ricochets though are capable of. The ricochets can also hit him as well, and I am getting way too aggressive. And by the way, yeah, the way that works though is like there's like a second one that goes around it though. So like the first one is stopping the attack, and then the second one is actually hitting him when he's firing that shield around him. By the way, yeah, when he's using his lightning attack though, he is still invulnerable. So even the Sonic Slicer doesn't hit him through that though. But here's the other fun thing too: you slice him in half if you finish him off with the Sonic Slicer. That's a nice little detail. That's nothing I actually like about the first Game Wars, that you had some of the details like that though, like the tricks with the boomerang cutter from the first game, like taking out Flame Mammoth's trunk and launch Octopus's tentacles. Like there's not as much of that in this game compared to the first game. Although there is one that has the detail though. There's a couple bosses that have that detail, have those extra little details though, and I don't remember which of these capsules have them though. Okay, this is actually one of those where the rematch is harder because there's spikes on the ceiling this time, and they were not there for the first fight. So yeah, you do have to watch your jump very carefully. So, but otherwise though, yeah, you use the above. Still use the trick to jump over him though with that though. But yeah, again, I still find he's a bit trickier though because the invisibility frames for him allow him to run straight at allow him to get through the spin wheel like after you hit him though, so he can get out of the spin wheel though and then go into you though, because you can only have one spin wheel active at a time. So you can't fire. So as long as one is still on the field though, it doesn't actually. You're not able to fire a second one though. So that's actually the weird. So Bullcrat's actually one that's. His speed lets him kind of get around his weakness a bit though, but he still falls pretty easily though, and of course the spin wheel is capable of breaking his bubble shield. But especially in the rematch though, watch for those spikes though, which I think I came close to hitting a couple times. So it's one of those you gotta be careful, especially careful with the rematch. But now we've only got these last few, we still got two, I think I saw like 3 left, I think it was. Oh, and this is actually one who's actually got something cool that happens if he's hit with his weakness, which is going to be the Magnet Mine. So as soon as this begins there, I'll switch over to Magnet Mine and fight off there though. He will actually get thrown out of his shell. And then he'll basically dash around or jump to try to get back into his shield, into his shell there. And also he'll also take the damage. He will also take the damage by hitting the wall too. Like watch that. So he actually takes the damage. He takes that as well. And if you can kind of get him into a pattern as well, if he does that though, you just gotta watch you gotta watch for the times where he dashes into you though, because he is surprisingly fast. But if he keeps doing the jump version of that though, you can get him into a pattern and take him out pretty easily with the Magnet Mine, and pretty much trivialize the fight entirely. So that's actually one of those really cool ones where that does happen though. Where something interesting happens if you do hit him with the weakness. So let's see, which one is this one? Okay, this one's Flame Stack. I can tell from the vertical arena though. By the way, he will start the fight with the blue flames. And this is one of the cases though where Pokemon type advantages though apply. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and actually just have to throw the shield on real fast though, just that way, just to lock him in the pattern with this though. But yeah, he starts off in his blue flame mode this time as well, though, so he doesn't have like the phase 2 that he did like in from the first fight with that though. So he will always start off with the ability to go with the abilities that he has in the second phase with that one though. And weird thing with the bubble splash shield in this one though is the charge of that one though is it'll keep playing through the scene with that though since the stage actually wasn't finished though, and it will consume ammo during that entire time too. Fortunately though, for this stage, we only need it for Flame Stag, since this stage is basically the boss rush stage. But there's one left. Magnus Centipede. Have your Silk Shot ready. Because hit him with that though, he loses his tail. Which is twofold. He loses the ability to fire off to use his tail to go around him with that though, and he also loses his magnetic pull ability as well, which makes the main thing he can do is teleport around the room and then fire the shots at you, like those things. Those little, I guess it's supposed to be shurikens that kind of have a weird track, the weird flight path though. But yeah, you pretty much just stay in the center, aim left or right though, depending whether he's on the ground or on the ceiling though, to figure out which direction you gotta fire the shot. To where the Silk Shot will ricochet off of him though. The only time where he gets really annoying in this form with this though is if he that works too. What I was gonna say though, the only time he gets really annoying is if he starts teleporting around a lot, making you waste ammo. Case in point. Case in point again. There we go. Like I said, that's really the only time he really gets annoying. And it's designed to make you waste your Silk Shot ammo. But you should have still plenty of ammo to deal with him though. And he's down. And that is the last of the Mavericks though, but that's what this stage was, so where do we go from here? There wasn't a path forward. It has been a while, Mega Man X. Yep, it's Sigma from the first game, because we got that hint about him coming back at the after the credits in the first game. Yep, and X is surprised. It seems that the X-Hunters have failed, but don't worry. I have arranged for some new toys for you to play with. So, yep, it's Sigma, because the Sigma is basically acting as the X-Series version of Dr. Wily. To where he's the mastermind of it, though. Now, this actually gets a bit interesting, though. So, as we go to the back to the X-Hunter stage here, though, for this, though, it actually will, come on, show on screen. It actually spits us back in Magnus Centipede stage. For this, though, and actually, a fun thing, though, is you can actually choose Magnus Centipede stage, the central computer stage, though, and be back over here, though. And this part plays exactly like it does in the first time you go through that, though. Complete to where you can even get the hard tank and sub tank if you miss them, because they're both available before the mini boss room though, which is where we fought the first mini boss there. So, and it does. And now, granted, this entire stage won't be the same though, because we are going to veer off in a different direction in a little bit though. But the beginning of the stage plays exactly the same as it did in the first time we were here. So I'm just going to go over here, though. But once we get to this room where we fought the first mini-boss, that's where things are going to change. Because there he is, Sigma. And, look who I found wandering around, Mega Man. My friend here has a small problem with you. It seems that you let him die, and he's not too happy about that. Now I think it is time that he repays the favor. Yeah, but say he looks a little different, though, is the thing, though. Because we got Zero's parts back. And that's where the real Zero comes in. This does play differently if you did not get all the Zero's parts back, though. But more on that in a different video, though. With that, Sigma, you should have studied the blueprints closer. There's only one Zero. Wait, Zero, I know your secret. You were destined to follow me. Maybe so. But I still don't like you. Fine, if you will not follow me, then I'll watch you die once again. And he just gets away like that. Just teleports away like that, though. But what was Sigma talking about, though, with that, though? Sorry to keep you waiting, Mega Man X. The Greens will have to wait. We've got to defeat all the Mavericks, including Sigma. I'll take out the main computer, and you follow Sigma. Another time where there's no space between the comma and the next word. Again, like, Mega Man games are known for typos, though. There's been, like, several of them, though. Sigma lies just ahead. Zero goes that way. You can't actually go that way, though, so you actually have to go down here to the bottom, this way here. So this is where you get transported to a different arena here, because once you hit a point here, though, that's when the screen changes, though, and now we've got... Looks a bit like the room where we fought... Looks a bit like the room where we fought Magna Centipede the first time, though, but this time it's Sigma. You are merely a bothersome insect, Mega Man X. It is about time that I crush you beneath my heel. And this time, instead of ripping off Star Wars, he's ripping off X-Men because he's got the Wolverine claws. But yeah, oh wow, okay. But yeah, so when he's firing those shots like that, that's pretty much your main window to attack him, though. With that, though. Yeah, actually, yeah, his slashes actually don't hurt as much as you would think they would, though. By the way, if you're having issues with this fight, though, you can use the... I was gonna say he is weak to Sonic Slicer. So, yeah, Sonic Slicer is one of those weapons that gets a lot of use this time around, as far as for boss weakness, though, because even Sigma's weak to Sonic Slicer here. In fact, actually, that's actually one strategy I have is just kind of like fill the room with Sonic Slicers a bit, though, because you can have a few of them active at a time, and the ricochets around will catch them at different points, though. But this form actually is pretty fast and can overwhelm you if you're not careful. And he's also got that charge move as well, where he basically fires an electric wave as well, though. He is invulnerable when he's glowing like that, though. And also, I have to say, though, it's actually a bit interesting, though, because those shots that he's firing, though, as well as that charge move that he's got there, is reminiscent of the electric spark ability from the first game, though. At least it reminds me of that, though. Because the charge version of electric spark is basically that little electric wave. That though, and the reason why that's interesting is because that was the weapon that his base form was weak to in that game. I'm gonna need a sub tank this one here, but this is no sub tank. Like, but admittedly Sigma was at some point, though, even if it wasn't. Oh, okay, that works too. I was gonna say, even if not this part of the fight, though, I was expecting to have to use a sub tank on Sigma, because of course with Sigma, it's never that easy. Yep, we got this form now, where we basically got this wireframe form, kind of like that before, though. And I mentioned a while back that there's a weapon that wasn't getting a lot of use. It's finally gonna get some use. Strike Chain is his weakness. So, and also, yeah, this is actually a fight where this is one of those rare times that this guy actually will drop health stuff as well, though, because he will spawn Mavericks, and they're capable of dropping like weapon energy as well as health as well, though. But yeah, if you're not using Strike Chain, though, you are gonna have to use the fully charged shots as well, though. Like, normal buster shots won't do anything as well, though. And pretty much no other weapon will do anything. By the way, yeah, his laser attack, it does more damage than contact. Oh, get that. But yeah, otherwise, though, the fight's actually not that complicated, though. He doesn't have a lot of moves, though, but he does hurt, though, and he's got a lot of health. Because yeah, you actually can't see the progress of it. But by color, the progress you can tell is by his color scheme, though, because there's no health meter, like for other boss fights. And actually, it's very possible that you're gonna run out of weapon energy. Oh yeah, take this as a blessing if he catches you with that, though. He'll only start doing that when he's low on health, though. But he will actually, you can get a bunch of shots off of him that way, though. And that's it. Okay, I only had like a couple shots left. I barely ran out of the weapon energy though, because especially as you're trying to get health back from enemies, though, it is very possible to run out of strike chain ammo for this fight though. But it does make the fight easier though, because otherwise you're gonna be using a lot of fully charged shots. And that's it. Go on to the background there, and he's talking. I have lost to you again. Each defeat only makes me stronger and serves to bring you closer to your ultimate doom. But something is not right. I don't quite understand. Why did Zero? He is last of the Doctor's creations. A little bit of foreshadowing here for some points later on there, though. Like, last of the Doctor's creations. Last of the Doctor's creations, and Sigma said that Zero was destined to follow him. And, okay, this is one thing I don't quite get, I admit, though. I mean, X is capable of teleporting. Why is he having to walk out of this place, as the place is trying to blow up, though? He teleported out of that room earlier, though, and then we got that extra little scene where he's just basically walking out barely outrunning the explosion or something like that. What was the point of that, admittedly? But especially when you can just teleport out. I mean, that's exactly what he did in the first game. He teleported straight to the cliffside. And speaking of which, we basically have more or less the same ending as the first game, though, with them looking over the cliffside there. This time with his friend Zero. Joined by his friend Zero, Mega Man X gazes out over the sea. Sigma has once again been destroyed. Yeah, once again, but X wonders if the fighting will truly end. Yeah, we're gonna be getting this a lot in this series though, because X is all about peace though, and One Piece though, and he's again was Dr. Light's dream of a world in which Reploids and humans live together in peace merely a dream? It's gonna take a long time before that though. The price of peace is often high, X thinks to himself. Yeah. Again, like you're gonna be seeing this from this franchise a lot though, like from the X series though. Who or what must be sacrificed for it to become reality? And at some point though, I have to wonder if some of this was already like even like starting to plant the seeds of what Kaiji Inafune had in mind for the Zero series. When the time comes, will he be able to do it? The future holds the answers, or... And that's all we get, because leaving it on that little note there. But yeah, some of this I have to wonder. Something I have to wonder was Kaiji Inafune already starting to try to plant some of the seeds for the Mega Man Zero series as well, where we get the emphasis on Zero with that though. But now we get the cast again with this though, and this is gonna be like with the going over some of the enemies that we've seen, some of the parts over here though. This also has like some of the ones where it's gonna like talk. Some of these will talk about some of the what was it, the mini bosses too on there that don't get named in that one there though. With like one of them is literally called Old Robot. Creative name. But okay, here we go. Yeah, Chop Register and Raider Killer. Those were the mini bosses from Magna Centipede stage. So that the road. So we've seen those with that though, and there's another one as well. Where I have to see where it is though, because there's another one at least though, the one in Crystal Snail stage. With that though, I'm trying to see when that pops up. I just don't know when that was. There it is, Magna Quartz. Is the name of that one. But now we actually start getting the specs, some of the different specs of the Mavericks themselves, about their power and speed. And you see some definitely prioritize one over the other. Old Crab's speed that low, I kind of call bull. He's pretty fast. And Flame Sack actually can hurt pretty badly too. So I feel like some of these are just made up. The speed 500 for Crystal Snail. Yeah. Not when he's out of his shell, forced out of his shell. He gets pretty fast at that point trying to get back there. But I digress though. but now we get to see the more powerful X Hunters as well, though, with Surge the more balanced one, Agile prioritizing speed, as you'd expect by his name. Violent being the brute, the power one. Yeah, that form is called Neo Sigma that we saw there from before, the one we saw before, though. And we also get the question marks for Zero and you as Mega Man X. Yeah, so we get those specs over there with that, though, especially the question marks from before, though. But we also get this little thanks for playing screen here with Zero here, though. And this is actually going to be the end screen of the game here, though, so yeah. So that's pretty much it for Mega Man X2, though. Like I said, I still prefer X1, though, but I still enjoy X2, though. It's like, it's got some cool stuff with that. It's still got some cool stuff in it, though, with that, though. And I'm not done yet, actually, though. There is still, like, there's a couple things that I want to show. One I alluded to back in the third X Hunter stage, and there's also the stuff that can happen if you don't get all of Zero's parts. So I do want to show that as well, though. So next time, next time we're going to be going back into the game, though, and I want to show what happens if you don't get all Zero's parts. And while we're at it, I might go ahead and show a couple more, like another secret or two that I might have glossed over, because of the way I did order some of the stages, though. But in any case, though, the big thing is what happens if you don't get all Zero's parts next time. So see you guys then, and thank y'all for watching.